enjoy being in the company of good people. And I'm feeling good right now, having walked in here a few minutes ago and heard our governor and how well he was received, and I have to say ditto to everything he said. Now, I know that there have been some people that are wondering what I've been up to lately. I'm not Waldo. For those of you who know the kind of media exposure I've been getting lately. So what have I been doing? Well, I have been doing the job that I was elected to do, and that is to safeguard and grow the money. So since I'm very comfortable in talking about numbers, let me start there and give you a few numbers. The governor mentioned that we had a return. It was actually it topped 15.6% for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2014. I like to give you absolute numbers. That's a $3.4 billion increase in the value of our pension. And that $3.4 billion, by the way, is net. It's after payment of all fees and payment of pension benefits, and that was about $760 million. So what have I done during the length of my term? I've actually been in office for about 15 plus years. During the length of that time, we have generated investment gains totaling $19.8 billion. And today I can tell you that the market value of our state pension funds, all of the pension funds, including the teachers' retirement funds, stands at an all-time high of $30 billion. So, you know what I say to them? You know what I say to the legislature, and I say to the governor, and this governor is listening? If you give me the money, I will grow it. What I don't get is called unfunded liability. Never got it to grow. Now, one other thing, I want to give you one other example, and that is to anyone here that owns a business, you should know that your state treasurer is about making sure that our state is friendly to our businesses. Okay? One example, during the length of my term, we have saved Connecticut businesses in excess of $900 million by fixing the second entry fund, a form of workers' compensation that all Connecticut employers have to pay. And we did that without compromising the second entry fund benefits that are rightfully due Connecticut injured workers. Now here's one final step, because while I'm comfortable talking about numbers, I know that behind those numbers are people, and I want to say a few things about that. We have a AAA short-term investment fund that remained AAA during the depths of the Great Recession. But more importantly, we have consistently outperformed our benchmark or financial objective. We are #1 in the country, and we have been #1 in terms of our performance as long as I've been your state treasurer. That means that we have gained an additional $189 million for our state agencies and for the 136 Connecticut cities and towns that have elected to give yours truly, your treasurer, the money to manage on a daily basis, including the town of Trumbull, where my opponent is the first selectman. So don't forget that when he starts to talk about things that aren't true about what's happening in the state treasurer's office. But I do understand that behind the numbers are people, and we know that there are a lot of our family members are still hurting. They were hurting before the Great Recession, during the Great Recession, and after the Great Recession. There is this growing income inequality. There is a growing gap between those who have and those who don't have. I know that the well-being of our families, the well-being of our communities is the foundation for sustainable communities and a sound economy. I know that by doing business with women-owned firms, with minority-owned firms, with African-American-owned firms, with Latino-owned firms, with Asian-owned firms, I know that that is not a social agenda, it's a business agenda. Numerous academic studies have proven that people of color and women bring value. They bring that value to the table of they bring value to the table of corporate decision making. That is why I am an active shareholder. That is why I filed shareholder resolutions at Urban Outfitters. That is why I filed shareholder resolutions at Bed Bath & Beyond, at Walmart, at McDonald's, and you name it. And it's because I am interested in the bottom line. I'm interested in making sure that our state funds that are invested in those companies do what is necessary to sustain the financial health of the company and therefore our investments out into the future. These are retirement dollars, and our 190,000 plan participants and retirees depend on those funds for their future financial security. So when someone says, well, Denise is a social agenda, know this. It's about the $19.8 billion and tripling those assets so that our people can live in dignity. They can live confident in the knowledge that their years of service will be paid off in their retirement years.